Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to today's collective reading. Now in today's reading I'm going to be finding out how you view yourself or how you see yourself and how the person on your mind sees you. Now this person could be a romantic partner, a potential romantic partner, a colleague, a friend, a parent, maybe even your pet. So if this is a topic that interests you, if you would like to find out what the person on your mind is thinking about you and how they feel about you, and also if you would like a clearer idea of how you view yourself, then please continue watching this reading. And without any further ado, let's begin. I'm going to start with this deck first. This is the Pulp Girls Tarot deck, and I'm going to be live shuffling it to find out first how you feel about yourself, because if this part of the reading resonates, then it makes sense for you to watch the rest of the video. If this part doesn't resonate, then this isn't a reading for you, specifically only because this is a general reading and general readings aren't meant for everyone. Okay, so we already have one card that fell out. We have the Knight of Pentacles to begin with. I just want to get all of the cards out for you first. Let's find out how you see yourself. And also a disclaimer that I'd like to give is that this is your current energy, okay? So this is how you currently feel about yourself at the time when you're watching this reading. This is a timeless reading, so even if you found this in the future, hi, hello, how is the future? I hope it's good. I hope it's better than the world is right now. But you know, regardless of when you find this reading, I hope that you keep in mind that this is your current energy. This is how you currently view yourself. And when I get you more cards to find out how your person feels about you, that is also their current energy, okay? How they currently feel about you, right? So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Sun that came out for you. We also have the Four of Pentacles, okay, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so many pentacle cards, and even the Sun kind of looks like a coin, as in it's circular, it's a sphere. So something that I'm picking up immediately is that, and this is how you'll know if this reading is for you or not and whether it resonates with you or not, is if either you are a Leo or you are an earth sign, which is Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. Okay, so if these two things resonate with you, this is extra confirmation that this reading is for you. Bottom deck energy, we have the Queen of Cups, so there's also some element of water in there, so you might also be a water sign, which is a Pisces, Scorpio and Cancer. Yep. Okay, so let's begin with how you are currently viewing yourself. I think you have just very recently either had a realization or you have actively stepped into a role where you are realizing your potential, or you're at least acting out in alignment with your potential. Okay, what do I mean by that? You have either realized that your energy is being utilized in places that don't help you grow, or you are now realizing that you have the capabilities of achieving some sort of goal. You have some sort of hidden potential that was hidden or untapped up until now, and you finally realized that. So you're either working on honing that skill or working on that potential, or something else that I can see is that you are actively taking action towards a very tangible goal. Okay, so one of your tangible goals could be making more money or being more stable or educating yourself more about finances or about the goal that you want to reach. So let's say, for example, you realize that you have a knack for understanding and empathizing with people, and you feel like that is a gift that you've either always had but you were unaware of, or you knew that you had that gift but you weren't really using it to the best of your capabilities. So maybe now you're realizing that, okay, with this gift, maybe I can become a tarot reader, or maybe I can study and go into the field of psychology, or maybe I can, become a life coach or a teacher or something of that sort, where I can be of help and service to other people, right? That is just an example. Some of you, I genuinely feel you are working towards a tangible goal. You're saying, okay, I've played enough, I have lived a good life up until now, but now it's time for me to pull up my socks and be a little bit more serious about how I make my money and to ensure that I continue making that money. For some of you, I think with the Sun card being right next to the Knight of Pentacles, are realizing that you have these big dreams, you have these big goals. Maybe the inner work that you did to heal your inner child, or to heal your inner teenager even, has made you realize that you have quite a lot of hobbies, you have a lot of interests, and you want to have fun. And in order to do these things, you are going to need a stable flow of income. So maybe now you're realizing that, in order to experience the pleasure and the joy out of life that you want to experience, that is going to take some hard work, that is going to take some effort, and that is going to take some making and spending of money. Okay, so now this is a very obvious example that I can give you, but I feel like how you see yourself is someone who has a lot of potential. You're very disciplined, you're a good learner, you're a good listener, you are someone who wouldn't shy away from hard work. You're not someone who's going to shy away from being disciplined and putting in the hard work. Of course, you would love for opportunities to just fall into your lap, but if you have to work towards them, that is not something that you are going to have an issue with or shy away from, is what I can see here with the Knight of Pentacles. With the Sun, what I can see is that, yes, while you are this serious, goal-oriented person, you are also someone who is able to make time for play in your life. You're also able to enjoy yourself and really take care of yourself, have fun. You can have hobbies outside of your work. Your work, your goals are not the only thing in your life that matter, or they don't take up a huge chunk of your personality. Yeah, because some people they don't have interests outside of their work, or they don't have interests outside of a particular hobby that they have. They only stick to one hobby, but not you. I feel like you want to explore a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And yeah, I'm also picking up on the fact that some of you watching this could be Gen Z, because one thing that I really appreciate about you guys' generation is that you have goals. I know a lot of people might look at you, especially older people, as millennials included, sometimes might look at you and think that you are lazy or insolent, or you have a general disregard for rules, or are not as disciplined as the older generations are. But I don't think that's entirely true. I think you can really lock into your goals if you want to and when you want to, but at the same time, because you still make time and space in your life to have fun on your journey, maybe that is why people don't take your hard work seriously, or maybe that's why it appears on the outside that you're not serious about your goals. But I do feel like you are. Yeah, so either that is you as a person, or that is you as a generation, but that is also something that I'm picking up on. Like, I think how you view yourself as someone who is very serious about your goals, but at the same time can have fun, can be optimistic, can be playful, and bubbly. You refuse to be either beauty or brain. You refuse to take beauty with brains as a compliment, because you're like, it is very much possible for one person to be both. In fact, most people that you would meet, especially women, are both beauty and brains. So maybe that's the kind of person you are, or that's how you view yourself currently. You believe that you are beauty with brains, but at the same time you don't take that as a compliment. You don't think that is an either or situation. This is something that people are capable of having. This dichotomy, this paradox is something that people are capable of having, and these two things can exist within the same person at the same time. They can be serious about their goals, they can be serious about where they want to be in life and how hardworking they are, but at the same time, they can be positive and optimistic and have faith, and also have fun on the way. Okay, everything is not serious, is not too serious, at least. Yeah, so that is how you currently see yourself. With the Four of Pentacles, I also do feel like how you currently view yourself is maybe someone who holds your cards too close to your heart. So maybe you wish you could be more vulnerable with people, or you could be more generous with your resources, whether that is time, whether that is money. I feel like maybe you currently see yourself as someone who cares a lot about people, and you feel like, oh my god, if I was a rich person, I would be so generous with my wealth that all of my loved ones would live a very good life. I would be so generous with them, I would get them what they want. I would take my parents shopping, or I would take my siblings on vacations. I would randomly buy little gifts for my friends, family members, colleagues even. I could splurge on them, and maybe that is something that you don't see yourself as right now. Maybe right now you feel like you have very limited resources, or you feel like the money that you have right now is not enough for you to be as generous as you would like to be. That is the very obvious message that I'm getting from the Four of Pentacles. But another message that I'm getting from the Four of Pentacles is that you might currently be seeing yourself as someone who finds it difficult to let people in, to trust people, to see you for who you truly are. Okay, so maybe you play like little mind games where you try to understand whether this person has good intentions with you, whether they will judge you. Like, you're kind of testing how they feel about you before you can fully let this person in and see you for who you truly are, right? This could be as big as your friends not knowing everything about you, or your friends not knowing some sort of hobby that you have, or this could mean that you take pictures but you don't post them on social media, right? Maybe because you don't trust other people to be genuinely happy for you, or maybe evil eye or nazar is something that you believe in, and you don't really trust that other people will have the best of intentions for you and will feel happy for you if you post those pictures, is also something that I'm picking up on. So maybe that's how you currently feel. You currently feel like you wish you could be more vulnerable, you wish you could be more open, you wish you could put yourself out there more, or maybe you wish that you could not be so... Honestly, uptight is the word that's coming through, but I don't know if you want to be called uptight. Yeah, you just wish you could be more trusting, you wish you could be more generous, you wish you could be more open. Yeah, but for some reason, maybe because of the environment that you're in, maybe because of the beliefs that you have, maybe because of your past experiences, you feel like it's better to hold things into your own and like let people earn your trust rather than just trusting them from the get-go. So I feel like currently you are not someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. Yeah, you don't fall very quickly, you don't express yourself very quickly and freely and openly, like you wouldn't tell your, I mean, you definitely are not telling your deepest, darkest secrets to people, but I think even like things that you feel someone could judge you on are things that you keep to yourself, you know. So that is something that I'm picking up on. But with the Queen of Pentacles, what I can see is that I think you are someone, or you view yourself as someone who's very nurturing and affectionate and caring. Yeah, you see yourself as a bit of a maternal figure as well, or maybe you have maternal instincts. You feel like you would be a good parent or a good mother or a father. If you are an aunt or an uncle, if there's someone around you who leaves their children in your care, I do believe that you think you're quite a good influence on this child. I think you feel like you can be a very safe space for a child growing up. Like you're a safe adult and a good adult for this child to have around them as they're growing up. I definitely do think you see yourself that way. You see yourself as having these qualities. Now that doesn't automatically mean that you want to be a parent or you don't want to be a parent. I just feel like this is a quality that you see in yourself, right? So even if you choose to be child free, I do believe that you think that if you ever chose to have children, you would be a good parent, but it is all up to you. It is your choice at the end of the day. So you know, I don't think you don't want to have children because you're fearful of the kind of parent you will be. You might have other concerns about bringing children into the world, but your capabilities of raising a child is not one of those worries that you have, is what I'm picking up on from your current energy. Okay, so now if this has resonated with you, let's continue with your reading and find out what the person on your mind thinks about you. I also feel, a quick side note with the Queen of Pentacles, I also feel that right now you feel quite stable and secure financially as well. So you feel like there is potential for growth and you feel like you have enough right now. So you feel like you're in a good space financially, but you would like to grow even more, right? That is the energy that I'm picking up on. So you are grateful for the finances you have and the abundance that you have when it comes to your wealth, but you are also open to increasing either the sources of your income or your income in itself. Yeah, so that is what I can see. Now let's find out how this person on your mind feels about you. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly cleanse the energy of this deck. Okay, I already did that before I started filming, but I wanted to do that again. Okay, so let's see how your person sees you. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, which you cannot even see, so I'm gonna have to move the cards up here. Hold on. Yeah, you can see it now. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, okay, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Five of Wands. Okay. Bottom deck energy is the King of Swords. Okay, lots of sword energy, but also again a touch of that water energy. Right, now this person that you're asking about could be an air sign. They could be a Libra, why can I not, an Aquarius, a Libra, an Aquarius, and a Gemini, or a Gemini rather. Yeah, so this person either could be an air sign, or you come across as an air sign to this person. You come across as someone who doesn't feel very safe and secure in who they are and what they have. Okay, so almost I feel like the opposite of how you feel about yourself. You know how you felt so grounded and stable and good about yourself. This person kind of thinks your head is in the air. You're not as focused as you should be. You're not as locked in as you should be. And this is reminding me of the thing that I was talking about earlier with, like, you know, how the older generations view Gen Z. So maybe the person that you're asking about is like belongs to an older generation, or the way they view you is honestly like with the Four of Swords, right? I do feel like they think that you are kind of trapped in a misery of your own making, in the sense that maybe you're chasing a goal or a dream that's not very attainable, or maybe they feel like you either rest too much and are not taking enough action, or they feel like you are taking so much action, or you're so into hustle culture that you don't know when to take a step back and not focus on money, or not focus on the next move that you're making, and actually rest and relax, either physically or just be more present in the present moment. You know, I do feel like that is a vibe that they pick up from you. I also do see this person thinking that you are a bit cold, in the sense of how you communicate. Maybe you're very straightforward, you're very blunt, and this is something this person is not really used to. Maybe, you know, you are the kind of person who doesn't beat around the bush. You say things as it is, and you're very maybe truthful and honest, a little too truthful and too honest for your own good. Maybe that's how they see you. Maybe they feel like you should be a little bit more diplomatic than you are. Maybe they feel like, you know, you shouldn't pick as many fights as you do, or you shouldn't be as outspoken as you are, or maybe you shouldn't feel this passionately about everything like the way that you do, to a point where it probably becomes an obsession. An example that I can give you is, say you have very strong political opinions, and you are not afraid of voicing those political opinions, especially around people who you either know have the complete opposite political inclination as you, or are people who just don't care that much about politics, but I think that's very important to you. So yeah, so maybe, you know, this person feels like you're too passionate about politics, or you know, you pick fights based on your political opinion or someone else's political opinion, and you should be a little bit more diplomatic, in the sense maybe this person believes that your friendships or your familial relationships should not be affected by someone's political inclination, right? And you probably disagree with this person. You feel like, I don't care if you're my parent, but just because you are voting for a particular political party doesn't mean I also have to do the same. I have a brain of my own. I can see what is going on, and you know, I'm allowed to, and I'm capable of having and making opinions about what I see, and also expressing those opinions. And if that means that, you know, we get into an argument every now and then, so be it. Yeah, so maybe that is your idea, but this person thinks that that's a little bit silly. You know, cutting off ties because of having an opposing political view or opinion is silly, is not worth it. Maybe that's how this person thinks. Yeah, if there is like a particular sort of maybe case that's in the news, right? Maybe you feel very passionately about that and you have a lot of opinions about that, and this person maybe thinks that your energy can be better utilized elsewhere instead of you feeling this passionately about something that doesn't directly affect you. You know what I mean? So I do feel like this person thinks you have your head in the clouds a little bit, where you feel like you have a very idealistic view of the world, or you know, injustice really triggers you in a way that it shouldn't, and this person doesn't understand that. Yeah, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying whether you are right or wrong. I mean, I personally feel like you are right, but I think this person maybe believes, and this person also I don't think believes that you are wrong. This person just believes that it's not worth it. It's not worth it, you know, this time and energy and effort that you're putting into picking fights with people or being this passionate or this opinionated about things is not worth it. Yeah, but what I do feel like they see under all of this, and the reason why I can confidently say that I don't think this person thinks you are wrong, is because of the 10 of Cups here, is because I know this person knows that your intentions are pure and good, your heart is in the right place, and you care very deeply. Okay, you are a very empathetic person, you are someone who cares a lot, which is why you feel this passionately about the things that you do, right? Whether this is your own goal, whether this is opinions or beliefs or traditions, whether this is how society works or certain things in societies, or you know, whatever social causes that you feel passionately about. So I do feel like this person thinks that your heart is in the right place, but I think they think that your efforts and like your energy could be better utilized elsewhere instead of worrying about these things. Yeah, so that is what I see here. This is also probably someone who has had a couple of arguments with you, and they feel like you're quite good at arguing, but they just wish that they weren't arguing with you. They wish that you could let things go a little bit more easily than you do, or a little bit faster than you do, or just be able to let things go, period. But maybe this person thinks that you hold on to things, whether that's a grudge, whether that is an opinion, quite tightly. Yeah. Yeah, so this person sees you, I guess, as the 4 of Pentacles person, you know, someone like they see you holding on to things too tightly. Yeah, so there isn't a lot of difference between how you see yourself and how this person sees you, to be very honest with you. But I just think this person maybe prioritizes different things than you do. Maybe like your values and your morals and your principles align, but maybe your approach to how you reach your goals, or maybe your approach to how you live your life, is quite different from each other. And not because they feel like you are wrong, and not because they feel like these are things that you shouldn't worry about, but maybe they feel like you're just one person. How are you going to make such a big difference? Or like, you can make a difference, but you have to stick to one thing. You cannot have all the tabs open in your mind at all times. You cannot worry about war and famine and injustices everywhere at the same time, right? There's only that much that you're capable of taking on, especially from someone else's life that is not directly affecting you. So maybe that's their school of thought. So in conclusion, I feel like this person has good intention towards you, and you have good intentions towards this person. nobody is seeing anybody as the bad guy here, but I do think that there is like a difference in approach, okay, and a difference in perspective. Things that this person, maybe this person belongs to the school of thought where it's easier to let things go. It's easier to not stoop down to someone's level who's trying to bring you down, and not be, very conflict driven, not be very confrontational even. But maybe you are the opposite. You feel like, no, if I've set a boundary and someone doesn't respect it, I am going to give them a piece of my mind, and I'm not gonna let them go and get away with it so easily. I will give it back to them, right? So this person probably believes it's better to let go, and you are maybe someone who believes that, no, I mean, I can forgive and forget, but this person is going to, hear my thoughts about this. Like, they're not just going to think that they have gotten away with how their actions or their words have affected me indirectly or directly. This person, I think both of you come from some privilege where this person feels like you are privileged enough to let things go and to not take things this seriously, because that's how they feel. But maybe you feel like, no, because I have the privilege to let it go is the reason why I should stand up and like speak about these things, because I'm speaking on behalf of someone who doesn't have the privilege. There's a idea of just, I think both of you want to be on the right side of history, where I do believe that this person also believes the same thing as you. They agree with you, but I just feel like this person's approach is that if you can't change something, there's no point talking about it or crying about it, and if you can ignore it, just ignore it. But you're like, no, if we don't fight now, or like if we don't work on this now, then the things that are irritating us and annoying us are going to continue. These patterns are going to continue. Whereas this person thinks that, avoid conflict, avoid messing with the status quo. And you're just like, no, we don't do that here. So they have good intentions, you have good intentions, but like I said, I think just the approach and the priorities that you have in life are a little bit different. And so maybe you're on different pages there, but you're reading the same book. That's how I'm going to end this reading. That is the note. Yes, that is the line that I'm going to end this reading on. So let me know how this reading has resonated with you. Let me know if it has or hasn't resonated with you. I'm very curious to hear from you, especially because this is a general reading. And if you like my energy and would like to watch more readings from me, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys, have a nice day.